1 degree. Good morning, folks. Welcome to episode number 2 of the year. It's 1 degree. 1 degree. It is a bit cold around the old giblets, but should be alright. Got base layers on and that. It feels a bit fresh, but not too bad. Happy to report my sinuses are a touch better than they were yesterday. So yesterday was the 1st of December and today is the 2nd of December. No it's not. No it's not. Yesterday, I'll do that again. Yesterday was the 1st of January and today is the 2nd of January 2019. And I'm making video number 2 the 2nd day of the year. What? Maybe I ought to try and do a Casey Neistat and do one every single day. I'd love to be able to do that. That's a good idea. Into the beautiful village of Ashover. Oh, before I go any further, yeah, so it's the 2nd day of January 2019 and a regular commenter on my channel. This one's for you, Mr. Arizona Colby. This one's for you, pal. Some Colby guy in Arizona. I appreciate you always being there, pal, and always commenting on my channel. So, to answer your question, I know you always give me loads of questions, but this one I can answer quite easily for you. So, for everybody else as well that follows the channel, we'll start this year's adventures, this bike, we'll start this year's adventures on 84,236 miles. See what, how many miles we get done this year. I've adjusted the settings yet again on the H7. For videography and photography, you really want to, I think I've mentioned this before, that I always do with my Nikon for still photography. I always underexpose by 1 stop. The reason for that is, with photography, it's easy, if you're underexposed, so it's darker than it should be, you retain all the detail in the highlights. So all the clouds that are dotted around now, if I were overexposed, all this would just look too white, and you cannot get it back in post-production. But if you're underexposed a little bit, you can you retain that detail in the highlights, and you can easily lift the detail in the shadows that are now dark. It's easier to retain shadows than it is to retain highlights. So I was underexposed by 1, and I was doing the very same on the. Oops. Excuse me a minute, let me just tighten you up a little. So I was doing the same on the Hero 7, but it was just bringing everything out far too dark. So I've put it to 0, so it should be perfectly exposed, resulting in some highlights being blown, but I was just finding the it was underexposing a little too much, so I've tweaked it a little bit, so I want to see how it looks. Talking of photography, I feel like I've not taken a decent photo in ages. I really want to go out. I'm loaded with the Nikon, as I always am, just to take some nice photos. I've got a very good friend of mine. I just want to show you this photo. Very good friend of mine who's also a biking brother, and he's also in a band like myself. So known him for many years. Very, very nice lad, and cracking photographer. But yeah, just have a look at this photo that he took the other day. It's an absolute belter. I salute you, sir, for that photograph. What a beautiful shot. I will give him the nod that I've mentioned him and his photo in this video, so please do leave some comments down below about that image, because it's beautiful. Steve, his name is. But yeah, that's what I want to be doing, getting out and capturing more things like that. So I just feel like I've not taken one in ages. One that I'm proud of, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like all the photos we do on tour, but a lot of the time it's just getting the best of what I can in a short space of time, instead of planning a shoot, you know, going out and travelling to a certain place where you can catch the sunlight or the colours that the sun produces, you know. Yeah, I do do want to try and get out and do some more of that. So yeah, again, today is just another one of those rides that I love. No destination in mind whatsoever. Look at that. Oh, beautiful property. Maybe see if we can get a coffee somewhere. Here we go again with the pin lock. I want to try and readjust it. I know a few of you mentioned the pin locks can shrink over time and maybe need to be readjusted, but I'm pretty sure I've got these little cams adjusted to the tightest setting, which if the pin lock's not sealing properly, then it's no good, is it? If it's at its tightest setting, I mean, you can't tighten it anymore to force it to seal. But yeah, totally steamed up here, and it's just starting to come up here. So nice and dry. So it's fresh, it's cold, but it's dry, isn't it? So why not get out on the bike? Has anybody had any snow yet? In the UK, that is. I'm sure you guys over in Canada have had your fair share already. And some states of the US. But I think we might be looking like getting some soon, do you? Which will obviously mean no bikes, but it might mean nice photography. This is going to be nice in a couple of weeks, I know that. It's not going to be 1 degree there. I hope not. We're probably going to have a full-on washout. I mean, I don't know what each of the other guys for the Spain trip are planning, but I guess I'll just do my thing. You know, I'll film and vlog exactly as I normally do. It'd be nice to, nice to try and pull something, all of us together. Definitely. I don't know if we're going to be connected on intercoms or what. It's going to be nice to see each of our edits of the same trip, because we're 4 very different editors, and it just will be very interesting to see how each person creates the same trip, you know what I mean? I'm very, very much looking forward to that. If you didn't see yesterday's video and you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the trip down to Toro Adventure in Spain in a couple of weeks. I'm going with the Missenden Flyer, Teapot One, and Lamp Shop Rides. It's going to be ace. It's going to be a real belter, that is. It's just going to be nice being in some sun. I'm going to put some shorts on just because I can. Right then, where are we going to go to? Okay, we'll keep going. I mentioned about the new tank bag that I've got. A few people have said they've got the same one. One of my friends over in New Zealand, a Brit on a bike, sent me a message and a picture this morning saying, "Hi pal, just started watching your video and I only share bad news." And he's got the same tank bag, this new one, and his zips bust already. So I don't know if it's just because he's just heavy-handed, clumsy, you know, bull in a china shop kind of fella. Or unless it were Kim, it was probably Kim, she's probably heavy-handed. I saw a man handling that pint of tea when she came over, so it was probably her that bust it. But yeah, I think he said he's only had it a year, and it's, say, the chocolate zips have gone already. I don't really want to put anybody off, and like I say, that last one of mine lasted me, oh god, 5 years? Of very heavy usage as well. So I can only put that one down to you, sir, or ma'am. We'll see. It'll just go straight back to Amazon. They're pretty good for stuff like that, aren't they? Flirting you, swapping it for free and that, if something goes wrong. I bust one of these, the buckles that you connect your GoPro with. Like the 2-prong buckle. And it's got the rubber thing that you close down to hold it secure. I bust one, and yesterday. And so I went onto the GoPro shop at GoPro. I'm going to go this way. For what reason, I don't know, but I'm going to go this way. I bought a new grab bag, so you get all your buckles, a couple more mounts, sticky mounts, and a couple of these like bolt things, whatever they are. And it was $24.99 at GoPro. I thought, just before I buy it, I'll just look on Amazon. And you know what I'm like for hating fake stuff. You can get a 50-piece pack on Amazon of GoPro bits for £7. Obviously they're fake and rubbish quality, just brittle. So don't buy them. The GoPro ones are more high quality plastic, so they're a bit rubberized, you know. And so I went on Amazon, and the same grab bag, but from GoPro. It's the GoPro store on Amazon. It's £17. Oh, you have to be thrifty, folks. You have to be thrifty. My visor pin lock is almost 100% steamed up now, folks. It's just this central line, about that wide, that's clear. Oh, and from there back, the rest of it's just steamed up. Absolute dog shit. Degrees. That's going to kill these batteries, especially the H7. Someone was asking me that yesterday. How are the batteries on the H7? Rubbish. Exactly the same battery on the H5. It lasts for 2 hours on the H5 and lasts for an hour on the H7. Come on, GoPro, sort that out, please. Yeah, an hour. Absolute rubbish. I know the Hyper Smooth is bound to take some extra power, but come on, an hour. That's rubbish. Come back drift, all is forgiven. 3.5 hours on one charge. On the S, that is. On the new X, it's supposed to be 8 hours or something. Now that is awesome. Awesome. You'd only ever have to change your battery once during the day while you're out on tour. I've really got tunnel vision at the moment though. 0 degrees. Might start snowing today, folks. It might start snowing while we're out. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? For you. Don't you love being out for nothing in particular? This is a bit of a bad junction. Maybe I can get out now? Yes, sir, Bob. And then straight over. Oh, nice. Oh, not too bad. I've got proper tunnel vision. In fact, by the power of technology, I'm going to show you what I can see through my visor right now. Really got to be heading that way, I think. Let's try left here. Nothing behind me. Barlow Grange Lane. Let's see. Can't say I've ever been down this way before. I want to try and do a bit of off-road stuff this year as well. I don't necessarily mean on, like, you know, the big GSs and stuff. I mean actual off-road on motocross. I grew up on motocross. I used to have I had a KX125 and a KX250 Kawasaki's. Absolutely, if you've never ridden a motocross bike before, folks, just go and treat yourself to an afternoon or a day playing on them. Absolute mental machines. Acceleration like you've never felt. Well, this is certainly from what I remember as a kid, so I guess it might be a bit different nowadays, but yeah, great bikes. Well, yeah, I wouldn't mind having a dick around on some of those again. How are you liking this tunnel vision view? I'm only showing you what I'm seeing, folks. I'm only showing you what I'm seeing. Getting a bit out of hand though. Can't make my mind up if it's getting thinner or a touch wider. Well, I've got to say, it's 0 degrees and I'm absolutely fine body-wise. My fingertips are a touch cold, but body, right as rain. I've got my thermal liner in the suit. Another update on this suit. Still not let a drop in, and I have been covered in it many times. Newbold and Chesterfield. Let's see. Oh, we're in Barlow, right? I'm gonna go left. Yeah, suit. Ace. Still love it. You're all right. Don't worry. You're all right. Don't worry. Battery's still going. That's half an hour in. Good riding today. Nice fresh tank. I'm gonna brim it. I know I regularly show photos of this top box, but I am super proud of all these. California Route 1, Route 66, Norway, Grand Canyon, Arctic Circle, Blue Ridge Parkway, Peaks of Otter, Virginia, Deals Gap. £15 and 54 pence. Thank you very much. I put the old seat cowl back on and off for a bit, but I don't know if I like it. I prefer it off, I think. Salt on roads, actually. It's not ideal to be riding in, is it? I suppose it's clean though, so it's not damp. It's just not going to throw it up at all. Sake. Look after your frigging dog, you idiot. Might call it CMC for a cup of tea and a bagel tart. Still only 2 degrees. But you know what? It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure being out on bike. Don't matter how cold it is, does it? As long as you're prepared for it. But anyway, as always, folks, it's been a pleasure riding with you all. I'm going to call to CMC just up the road here. That's a motorbike shop. And have myself a nice warm cup of tea. And a pee, because I'm desperate for the little boy's room. I wonder if we've got any viewers in obscure places. Whereabouts are you watching from? Let me know in the comments below. Whereabouts are you right now? What corner of the world are you watching in? I know there's Steve and Elaine watching from Wiltshire. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. But whereabouts are you? Whereabouts are you watching from? Do let me know. Right then, we're at CMC, so I'm going to call in for a bloody cup of tea. I'm going to go for a cup of tea and a pee at CMC. As always, folks, thank you very much for watching. I do massively appreciate you being here. Click that subscribe button if you've not done already. I would appreciate it. And please do give us a thumbs up. Let's go for a cup of tea. Not a bad old shop, is it, folks? Let's go and have a cup of tea in the cafe. Hey. Well, day 2 of me wearing these in-ear monitors. moulded earplugs, and I've got to say they are super comfy. I can't even tell I've got them in. I was worried that you know, you put earphones in and you have a perfect seal, and then if you put your helmet on and you move it and it breaks the seal, well, it's just useless, isn't it? But these don't at all. Taken the helmet off and on many times now, and it's not shifted them one bit. So far they definitely have my seal of approval. Obviously they fitted to your ears because you have the moulds made of your own tabs, so they fit perfect. The only thing I was worried about was the not being comfortable thing, but cannot even tell that they're in. Can't feel anything. So I'm very happy so far. The only other test I want to do is when I'm riding with the lads, when you got your intercom on. You obviously need to be able to hear the boys, otherwise there's no point. But having said that, I did have a phone call earlier and I could hear perfectly well. If any of you ride without any sort of earplugs at all, not even the orange squashy uppy ones, when you've been on any long rides, you'll know, especially riding on motorways where it's just a constant drone, you'll know that getting to sleep at night after that is hard work because of tinnitus going in your tab. You're hearing it at the end of the day, you need to look after it. And I personally wear plugs all the time, but I always used to wear the orange squashy up ones because I found them dead comfy. So all I've been doing with these, just like wetting or lubricating a bit into ear canal and a bit on the, I don't know what the hook of your ear is called, there's a name for it but I don't know what it is. So lubricate all that, and then you get the plugs and they just click dead easy, click into place, and then they can't move because they're actually in, and then they click into that hook. But if I can hear the lads on the intercom well, which I think I will be able to if that phone call was anything to go by, and then it's going to be a permanent fixture for me, definitely. Right, I'm going to go home and get all this footage transferred so I can deliver you, boys and girls, a beautiful parcel of beauty. Thank you, folks.